So in our last episode, we have discussed why it's important for you to build amazing, out-of-the-box, stand-out, personal brand so you can help your business get more leads, get more sales, and build an authority in the industry that you're working on. So today, we're going to be discussing the nitty-gritty details on how you're going to nail that visuals, your story, so you can get results that you want with your personal brand visual stories, so that it will help your business get more sales, get more leads, and build an authority in your field. Let's get it on. Hi, I am Melon, and I'm the co-founder and head of creatives here at the Melon Studio, and we help storytellers, business owners, and marketers level up their marketing from here to here with visual stories, photos and videos, reels, and content that will tell your story so you can get more leads, increase sales, and increase your visibility and credibility. So today we'll be discussing step-by-step as a few examples of how we do personal brand shoots and how this episode will help you plan your own personal brand shoot soon. So as discussed in the previous episode, the first thing you need to do is define your vision for your brand story. So what's your personal brand be talking about? What do you want to communicate to your audience? Do you want to communicate authority? Do you want to communicate your core values or how friendly you are? You want to know the tone of voice, and you want to identify the story you want to tell. First, you have to identify also the goals that you want with your personal brand story. Do you want to set an authority? You want to communicate who you really are, who you truly are, and then build connections and build community? Or you want to set yourself as a leader in your industry by giving value, by teaching, by sharing a lot of information? Or you just want to build a relationship with your audience, or you want to be more relatable so they can relate to the real person behind the business. So now you need help planning your personal brand shoot and content. So you want to build a strategy. So does your strategy involve posting daily? How many reels and how many photos will you need? Do you need photos for your website, for the banner? And do you want to post regular blog posts of yourself sharing this knowledge? And do you want your photos to have space here for like quotes here or here? Or do you want reels of you behind the scenes, not talking to the camera, but having like text appearing here, some pieces of knowledge, text over your videos? So define what content do you want to produce, so then you can communicate this to your photographer or videographer. How often do you want to post? Do you want to post stories every day? Do you want to post a lot of behind the scenes of what's happening to make you relatable? Do you want to show the real you, like maybe you exercising, you working? Or do you want to post more about authority, like you want to show you like speaking to an audience? Or do you want it to be more of like you conducting a meeting in your office? Those kinds of photos and videos will set you as an authority, as a leader in your field. So when you're planning your content, you want to make sure that you plan every tiny detail as well. So this is your strategy, this is the story you want to tell, and these are the content that you want to produce. Now, the first thing is to scout for the location. Do you want this shot in a studio, in a coffee shop, outdoors, or you want it in your office, or you want to rent out a conference room and then have your friends be as guests as your audience? So this is one of the steps that you need to iron out, is the location of your shoot. Also, we have a client come in the other day. He wants to have personal brand photos that includes him enjoying music, as he's a musician also, and he wants photos of him working on the laptop. He wants photos of him enjoying a book. Those are the photos that will tell his story. He also wanted reels of him in action doing those things. So once you have identified your story, also take note when it comes to location, make sure your location is flexible, because whenever you're hiring a photographer, unless your photographer is your friend or your husband, they're very flexible. You can take them anywhere. But if you're going to hire a photographer by the hour, or you want to hire them by the day, consider also the travel time between locations, as most photographers will charge you. The travel time between locations is counted as, as working hours as well. You don't just say, okay, the photographer will only shoot 30 minutes per location, I'll just be paying for the shooting time. But the locations are 1 hour apart. Because you should also be fair to your photographers. Consider also the lighting of the location that you'll be shooting. Sometimes a good cinematic video or a good video or a good photo, it all depends on how the lighting is set up. So if you want natural lighting, make sure then you consider the timing of the day, the window, the amount of natural light that's coming in the location, and like what time of the day will you get the best lighting for your shoot. Again, also, you have to consider the location that you're shooting should reflect the story that you want to tell. If you want to tell an authority, unless you're doing a yoga in the park, then you should not be shooting in the park. So make sure that the location matches the story that you want to tell, and make sure that you discuss the styling of the location with your photographer or your videographer, because this is important that it reflects and it matches the story that you want to convey. The next important aspect that you need to consider is your outfit and styling. We had a client who hired a stylist to help her choose the right wardrobe for her photo shoot. Photos that she needed was to be shared on magazines and on an article that will feature her as a health coach. So she hired a special stylist that helped her choose the right wardrobe that she will need to convey her personal story, her personal brand. You just need to consider these 8 points when choosing the outfit and style that you want to go for. The first thing that you need to consider is first to consider that what you'll be wearing will be reflecting your brand's personality. For example, they said the color red exudes the impression of power. For example, you are a fitness coach. You'll not be wearing a suit and a tie on your photo shoot if you want to communicate your story as a fitness coach or as a gym trainer. For me, the same thing. Like, I don't want to be perceived as a power woman, and I don't see myself as someone who is the CEO of a big corporation. Even if I become the CEO of a big corporation, I'll still be myself, your next door neighbor, kind of person. I want people to consider me as a best friend, someone who is fun to be with, someone who is cool and chill. So that's what I want to go for. But I don't want to wear rugged stuff. I don't want to be super casual, but I want it to look professional but fun in a way. So that's why I'm very careful with what I wear. You can be fun wearing heels. You can be professional wearing rubber shoes or Converse. So that's something that you should also consider. So second thing that you need to consider when planning your outfits and styling is consistency, is making sure that whenever you have this photo shoot, and because you're going to be bringing a few outfit changes, make sure that it's consistent with the statement that you want to convey or the story that you want to convey. So that's one thing that is very important for you, is to consider the tone and the story that you want to tell. So that's the third thing, is you have to think of your outfits as not just a wardrobe. It's also your wardrobe tells your story. So make sure that your personal statement, what you wear in your photo shoots, is something that you will also wear when you are asked to be a guest or a speaker at some event. I got recently guested as a podcast, and it's an honor to be one of the few women that was part of the Female Fusion podcast. So I made sure that what I wore is something that represented my style, something represented my story. While consistency is the key, it's also sometimes very helpful to be versatile and to have a variety. What does it mean? You just said that you be consistent, you should stick to your tone of story, you should stick to your tone of voice. Yes, but also having different colors and showing a little bit of variety will not hurt. So as long as this outfit still represents you and represents your story, be okay to experiment and be okay to try different colors. And so make sure that you try different looks, different variety, and maybe you will like some other look, and then you'll be comfortable in that kind of look as well. Whenever you have photo shoots, make sure you pay attention to detail. Let's say you chose an earring that stands out. The photographer will assume that you chose that earring for your photo shoot, even though it pops out and doesn't match your personality. So make sure you pay attention to those details. Like, for example, you want a glamorous photo shoot, and then suddenly you'll be wearing a sports watch and you forgot to remove the sports watch, the photographer will assume actually that watch is part of the story that you want to convey. So make sure also that not all photographers, some photographers will notice that and will ask. Remember, not all photographers are stylists. And it's not the photographer's job to style you. Another important thing is when choosing your outfits and style is comfort is key. This is something that I'm very big on. If you're not comfortable wearing it, don't wear it, even if it looks good on you for a couple of seconds. But then whenever, especially in the photo shoot, you want to show those natural smiles and you want to be comfortable in your photos, especially in the photo shoot, because it takes a lot of effort to be in front of the camera. And if you're not comfortable in front of the camera, it will show on the photos. We had a client who was not comfortable with her makeup, and it actually showed in the photos that she was not really happy with it. So make sure you're comfortable with the outfits that you're wearing, and make sure that you're comfortable with the makeup that you're wearing before you go to the studio or have the photographer come. So how do you do this? Testing is key. So make sure that you test your outfits before you go on the photo shoot, not just like you bought it, you just bought it, you did not even see if it fits well, and then you go on the photo shoot and then it did not sit well with your body, and then the whole photo shoot is going to be wasted because you did not test the outfits that you brought with you. Hiring a photographer is not cheap, and you want the best to come out of that photo shoot, and you want the story to come out of that photo shoot because you want to use these photos to help your personal brand be known, and you'll be posting these photos and be sharing these photos regularly and consistently. And this is what the people will see. A lot of them will only see your online presence. Not all of them will see you in person. So this is you speaking to thousands of people, and this is you. This is the photo that you will be sharing and will be shared to a lot of people. So the next thing is also, whenever you go for a photo shoot, make sure you consider what props do you want. Actually, a lot of our clients, whenever they have a photo shoot with us, the question that they have is, what am I going to do with my hands? Awkward hands. Yes. So sometimes a lot of us will tell them, like, hold the mug, hold the cup, work on a laptop, hold something, hold your coat, your blazer. Make sure to also, whenever you're going to a personal brand shoot, include some props that will help you tell your story and that will add to the story, add to the look that you want to portray. To save time and for you to nail down all the photos that you want and all the reels that you like, make sure to make a shot list. What is a shot list? You have to enumerate what shots you like. So let's say I want a photo of me drinking coffee in a mug. I want a photo of me looking at the book, browsing at the book. I want a photo of me working on my phone. So I want a shot of me walking, and I want a photo of me sitting and just looking out. A very important thing before you go on a photo shoot is discuss this with your photographer and cinematographer. What we normally do, we have a 30-minute consultation with our clients to make sure that they send us a shot list or just a mood board. Then we list down the shot list for them and help them have these ideas. It's not, some clients will also think like, this is a different look that I really like. We sometimes specify what we're looking at here is just the poses and the props. So make sure you communicate well with your clients that, I shared this photo, but what I like about this photo is the lighting and the vibe, but I don't want to copy how she posts. So make sure that when you have a shot list, make sure you discuss with your clients and make sure that when you go to the shoot, you have 100 shot lists, but realistically, you can only do 20. So make sure you also have that reality versus expectation. You be realistic on what you need to expect out of the shoot, and make sure that discuss this with your photographer, because your photographer will know and can help you logistically with your change of outfits. They can advise on how much time you will need for the photo shoot. And remember, whenever you go for a photo shoot, the first 10 minutes is always the awkward moment. Whenever we have a photo shoot, we do suggest to put on music, especially if the client is a bit stiff and a bit nervous because they're not really comfortable in front of the camera. Some of them are not professional models. Most of them are not professional models. If you think that you'll be awkward in front of the camera, you'll not feel comfortable the first few minutes, make sure you come early, get comfortable in front of the camera, get to know the photographer, chit chat. And if you need some music to help you easen up, that will really help you get the natural vibe, get the natural look from your photos and videos. And you'll see that it's not the fake smile that you'll be getting, but you know, the real natural smile. So whenever you also have a personal brand shoot, make sure that you enjoy the shoot, because these emotions and the vibe that you will exude on the photos and videos will be natural. And then this is something that you don't want the photo shoot to be something excruciating, something that you just need to take off the list. We want the photo shoot to be a memorable experience and something that you will enjoy, because sometimes you need to have a photo shoot every year. Some people have it every 6 months, and some will have it like every 2 years when they need to update their CV or when they need to update the company profile. I hope these tips will help you plan your personal brand photo shoot. And if you need help, like planning your content and planning, you know, what you need to post, what reels you want to show for your personal brand that will help you elevate your business, you can give us a ring or drop us an email. And if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and do subscribe. Thank you so much, and see you on the next one.